Ian, ahead of our last game of the season on Friday evening against Partick, it'd be good to finish the season with a stern test against a team that's going to be really going for it on the night.
Yeah, it's a great test for us again. Partick's a really good team. I think one of the favourites to win the league at the start of the season. We obviously done well out there earlier in the season and beat them when they were going through a tricky period, but they'll come here on Friday night ready to try and take that second place in the league. It's a huge incentive for them to miss a round of playoff games, but we want to go and try and continue our decent home record this season, defend it to the fullest that we possibly can. It'll be a difficult game, we know that, but we've shown we're capable.
Yeah, and very obviously the makeup of the team potentially could be different because there's two players returning from suspension. Aside from Thomas and Louis Vaughan coming back, what's the injury picture looking like?
Yeah, obviously Lewis and Tom return, which is great news for us, really important players, and disappointed that they missed last week. As I documented before, I felt they were extremely unlucky to do so, and we don't pick up red cards very often, so great to get them back. They're ready to go. Jamie Gullen's trained a little bit this week as well. He's looking really good, delighted for him because he's ahead of schedule. We'll just have to wait and see, and see how he's feeling tomorrow morning and mentally more than anything, and if he's ready to play a part. But he's certainly on his training performances. I felt it's been very impressive this week. Firmly in my thoughts for the game, be that as a starter or coming to make an impact. A couple of wee niggles have crept in again. Ross Millen, who's been playing with a little injury, so we'll check on him again tomorrow. Ethan Ross is the same. We'll check on him tomorrow. But look, it can't have got much worse than last week. We went down to Somerset with one sub, so hopefully we're in a little bit better shape.
Yeah, and of course at this time of the season, we're nearly at the end for us. But the topic of conversation amongst the support is, who's going to stay. Very obviously, you don't know who you want to bring in from outside until you know who's staying. What's the progress on offers that have been made to existing players? Yeah,
we'll hopefully have news over the next few days on terms of players that have accepted, and there'll be players that won't accept. It's the nature of football, and we have to move on. Unfortunately, that's just the way this business goes, and we need to move on for the good of the football club more than anything else, and we have to make sure first of all we've identified some players, and then we have to try and get them into our club and make sure that they're of the right ilk to come and join us, not just in terms of playing the game on the pitch, but also fitting in the dressing room, because it's a fantastic dressing room. It's not something that you get very easily. I think it's been shown in the last few weeks, regardless of losing games, how well that they've stuck to the task, and they hang in games. They do everything they can to try and gain points. They don't go into games expecting to lose. They give absolutely everything, leave everything out on the pitch, and anybody that comes in has to be at least of that same standard, or to bring standards even higher.
And finally, whilst we await news of the potential new investment, is there any part of that factor that plays a part in your squad plans for next season?
I think it would be naive for me to say it doesn't, because it's not just about me, and the staff. It's about the players and the staff around the football club. The sooner we get it sorted, the better. We're very hopeful that in the next few days, week or so, then there'll be news, be that one way or the other, because then we all know where we stand in terms of moving on to next season. It's really important that we try and steal a march on our rivals to make sure the club's in a good place, and it's also for everybody to go away and enjoy their break. They have to be in a position where they know what's happening. I think, being our last interview as well, Neil, I think it's important that we stress how well the staff have done, and I don't mean the footballing side, I mean talking about the office staff, who've been a wonderful help this season. They've had a lot of stress with the cup final and the quarter final at Ibrox, so they've worked tirelessly around the clock. You guys at RaithTV have been supportive throughout, incredible. The supporters, they've had their disappointments, of course they have, but they've shown remarkable support away from home, remarkable support at home, cheering us on at Ibrox in the cup final, and we all know we're disappointed with that. And also the players have been fantastic. As I said, the dressing room in there is a great bunch of guys. We look to build on it next season. We look to try and improve things internally and on the football pitch to be successful.
Yeah. And obviously we want to end the season on a high. deserved break for everyone concerned, and then back at it Monday the 12th of June. You were saying to the mainline press.
Yeah, we'll be at it. The boys will be working hard off their off break as well. Yes, they'll enjoy a wee bit of time with their families and maybe on a beach somewhere. It's important to get that. They deserve it. They've worked, as I say, tirelessly since day one. They've had a lot to deal with this season. Get them refreshed, get them refocused, reset us, and then we look to come back on the 12th of June. All systems go. We'll be working all over the summer on trying to sign the right players and to get the supporters excited. So when we all come back for that first League Cup game, whatever it is and whoever it's against, everybody's got that little buzz about them. But we take care of business first on Friday night and we aim to win the game.
Sounds good to me. Thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.